Good morning, everybody, and thank you to EcoConnect and the team for hosting today's event. Really pleased to be here, particularly pleased when I saw the very impressive list of attendees. Some really exciting companies and answers in the audience. And very pleased when I saw the agenda, because innovation is at the heart of the Coalition's long-term economic plan. And the low-carbon sector in particular, an area about which I am passionate and have been a believer now for many years in its potential, is an area which is increasingly rich in innovation. And new low-carbon technologies aren't just a nice to have. They're not just something which are great for the green enthusiasts. They're actually a very important part of the economy moving forward. They are important if we're going to reduce the cost of energy for hard-pressed consumers. And they're part of the long-term solution to the debate that we've been having at Westminster over the cost of energy bills. It's vital that we embrace innovation if we're going to lower overall energy consumption. And it's also vital that we stay at the very cutting edge of innovation if we're going to gain a large piece of the massive global market for low carbon goods and environmental services. So whether it's in low carbon innovation, whether it's in manufacturing, whether it's in life sciences, whether it's even in financial services, the Coalition gets the important role innovation will play in the long-term future prosperity of the UK economy. And with my other hat on, I'm also, in addition to the Minister of State for Energy and Climate Change, I'm also the Minister for Business Engagement with India. The nation that's set to overtake China, possibly within a decade, as the world's most populous country, and rapidly emerging as a powerhouse of economic growth in the developing economy and an important market of the future for the UK. It's really interesting going there and seeing how the perception of the UK business sector is changing, and we're challenging some of those old stereotypes, and it is our focus on innovation, our focus on design, our ability to reinvent business models as well as products that is increasingly making the UK an attractive destination for inward investment, and also increasing the appetite to learn more about UK exports and new jobs and creating new opportunities. But by targeting our innovation support, the support that the Coalition directly gives to sectors across the economy, by targeting that support more effectively and fulfilling our very clear innovation goals, we estimate that the UK could save over £100 billion in costs versus business as usual, in terms of cost reductions by 2050. And that is a huge sum, and certainly not to be sneezed at. So you can see, when you start to talk about figures of that size, it does make sense to see this as part of the long-term economic plan. And targeted innovation in energy efficiency alone is reckoned to be worth savings of up to £2,500 each for UK households and businesses up to 2050. Put that into some sort of perspective when you're talking about such a long-term timescale. What does that mean? Is that really a meaningful figure? Well, it's reckoned to be enough to build 14,000 community hospitals, over 5,000 new schools, or 130 Olympic stadiums. So we are talking big sums of money here. And we're also talking about the potential to generate UK-based business activity, contributing tens of billions of pounds to GDP over the same period. And recognising this huge potential, the Coalition's taken the decision to invest in supporting businesses and academic and research institutions to undertake energy innovation. And despite the very, very challenging fiscal climate that we find ourselves in, despite the absolute imperative of reducing the deficit that we inherited and reducing overall government expenditure, we have really focused and prioritised research and development, science and innovation. As a result, the UK now has the 6th biggest share of the 3.4 trillion pound global market for low carbon goods and environmental services. Now, that's in part due to the fact that we've had this continuing emphasis on research and development. It's in large part due to the extraordinary skills of the sector and many of the people in this room, and the ingenuity of British businesses, and the ability of UK entrepreneurs, business leaders and skilled staff to actually tap into these new and growing markets. But by driving innovation, we're putting in place the right technologies to produce cleaner energy, critically, not just cleaner energy, but cleaner energy at an affordable cost to consumers. So today, I'd like to briefly make 3 key points. One, I want to be clear that we've worked hard since 2010 to put in place much of the foundations now that we think are critical to unlock low carbon innovation and the development of smarter, more integrated solutions that will be the lifeblood of a future affordable energy system. Secondly, the coalition isn't just building on the status quo. We're putting in place the first ever low carbon innovation strategic framework. Providing our vision for low carbon innovation is absolutely hardwired into the long-term economic plan. And thirdly, although there are many terrific low carbon technologies, many of whom are represented well in the room today, I want today just to pick out one that we think is particularly important and to highlight our commitment to driving that in particular, and one that has a very important role to play, a potentially revolutionary role in our future energy system, and one that we've ignored too much in the past. And that is energy storage. But firstly, the coalition is embarking upon the biggest transformation of the UK's energy system since privatisation over 2 decades ago. Over the next 20 to 30 years, this will lead to a profound shift from highly centralised fossil fuel burning power plants to a cleaner, low carbon, more distributed, interconnected and smarter energy system. Now, no one knows exactly what this future is going to look like, but it's not too great a stretch of the imagination to picture a population transported by electric vehicles, living in increasingly remotely controlled homes, generating energy from waste materials that can be fed into a local grid, and maybe generating an increasing amount of their own electricity and potentially energy from sources on site. Already, thanks to recent innovations, such a vision is less futuristic than you might think, or maybe even seem possible just 3 years ago. Newcastle has recently started installing 580 electric vehicle charging points across the region as part of its efforts to become the UK's electric car capital. But this is not unique. They are not some outlier. They are being followed through, and we have a clear plan now for the rollout of electric charging points across the country. The UK is leading the way in smart grid developments right the way across the EU. And overall, since 2012, 150 entrepreneurial companies have been provided with grants from the government to support the development of innovative low-carbon technologies. This is through my own department's £200 million innovation programme. Again, at a time when we were slashing funding across a whole range of, in themselves, worthwhile projects and programmes, we absolutely made it a priority to ring-fence and protect innovation spending. And I'm delighted to see that 9, I think, of the 40 companies presenting at this event have actually benefited from the award of an innovation grant from my department. And over 50 companies have been supported through our broadest innovation programme, the Energy Entrepreneurs Fund. This is a £35 million fund to support the development and demonstration of novel, innovative technologies within the energy efficiency, building technologies, power generation and energy storage sectors. Now, since the fund launched in autumn 2012, £25 million has been awarded in EEF grants to innovative clean technology companies, the majority being start-up SMEs. Now, they include a whole host of exciting novel technologies. I'll pick out just a few examples, such as Kite Power Solutions high-altitude wind generating system that uses compact, inexpensive kites to capture wind energy, with the potential to transform the economics of wind power generation. Naked Energy, which I visited, and Natural Technology Development's hybrid solar projects, which are pioneering affordable, higher performance PV thermal panels capable of producing both electricity and heat. There's Antaco small-scale biocoal from bio-waste production plant, which can enable commercial production of biocoal by using a cost-effective engineering solution. And even EcoConnect, I think I've said that right, who are using low-grade waste paper and cardboard diverted from landfills to create superior construction products. Now, I encourage you all to see our website for details on how to apply for the next phase, the third phase of our Energy Entrepreneurs Fund. This opened at the end of January and offers up to £2 million for individual projects. That's what we are doing, putting our money where our mouth is, about taking forward our vision of an innovation economy. We recognise that it's you guys who are going to build it, but we recognise that government can be a partner, but you are going to lead this. But we do recognise a very clear role for leadership and partnership and investment, particularly at that crucial early stage, from government in driving the sector forward. Now, let me talk in detail about our low-carbon strategic framework. We're clear about the need to provide long-term certainty to business, to innovators and investors around future priorities. For the first time, this government is putting in place a coherent, cross-Whitehall strategy spelling out our long-term energy innovation ambitions. And today, I can tell you that David Willits and I have published the Strategic Framework for Low-Carbon Technologies. Developed by 17 organisations comprising the Low Carbon Innovation Coordination Group, which David and I co-chair together, the framework will give greater clarity on where public support for low-carbon technologies will be targeted by, identifying the areas that provide the greatest opportunity for the UK to bring down the cost of energy and deliver clear economic benefits. Laying out decision-making principles and, importantly, the evidence base that sits behind this, and setting out core low-carbon innovation priorities right the way through to 2020. Now, that's as well as the key technologies that will benefit from public sector innovation worth up to £1 billion by 2015. Now, technologies such as carbon capture and storage, 21st century nuclear, electricity networks, and energy storage, but also heat, offshore wind, marine, buildings, hydrogen, bioenergy, and indeed the industrial sector. Technologies that together can help bring down energy costs to consumers and reduce overall demand. Technology that are capable of building a cleaner, safer energy system for the UK and security of supply for consumers to come. Thirdly, I want to pick out a specific example of government support for this one area of low carbon innovation. with the potential to be a real game changer. As I said earlier, energy storage. It's set to play a revolutionary role in our future energy system. It's been identified as one of the UK's current 8 great technologies with world-leading research capabilities and the potential to support UK growth. Not only can energy storage support the deployment of renewable heat and electricity generation, especially intermittent renewables such as solar, tidal, wind, as well as electric vehicles and other low-carbon technologies, but by storing electricity generated at times of low demand for use at times of high demand, energy storage technologies can help maintain the security of our electricity supply. Overall, energy storage innovation has the potential to save this energy system over £4 billion by 2050. And energy storage innovation could support the growth of the UK energy storage industry and contribute an estimated £11.5 billion to UK GDP by 2050. So today, I'm really pleased to be able to announce the final winning project from DEC's Energy Storage Technology Demonstration Competition. And that is the Viridor Highview Liquid Energy Storage Demonstration Project. DEC has awarded a contract of over £8 million to the partnership of Viridor Waste Management Limited and UK small enterprise Highview Power Storage. The demonstration project involves the design, construction and testing of a 5 megawatt version of Highview's liquid air energy storage system to demonstrate its potential to cost effectively address grid scale storage needs for the UK's electricity network. Now, storage systems like the liquid air energy system in the Viridor Highview project can help us make even better use of our intermittent renewable resources, an intermittency that's likely to grow as more and more renewables come online. And they could help reduce energy peak demand to give us greater security of supply, but also to reduce network costs. Storage systems could also be used by local communities in more remote areas alongside renewable generation to avoid power cuts. And this demonstration project builds on the existing work we've already been developing through our 2 energy storage innovation support competitions. Now, since launching in October 2012, the competitions have already awarded more than £7.5 million to 22 storage projects, including 3 major technology demonstration projects spanning a wide range of technologies, from small-scale battery storage devices for use in the home, redox flow batteries which could store surplus energy generated at night from wind turbines, and other technologies including recycled electric vehicle batteries, mechanical flywheels, hydrogen storage and pumped hydrogen storage. So this isn't such a Cinderella sector as you might think. There is a great deal happening below the radar, and we're just determined to push it forward. Thanks to government support and the amazing, amazing entrepreneurs and developers of businesses that we have here in the UK, the innovators, the UK is now a leading position to provide world-class academic expertise and industrial innovation across all of these areas. So, in conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, this coalition is proud to be delivering a clear framework to support investment, not just up to May 2015, but now we've set in place the long-term plan that will take us all the way through to the 2020s. In innovations that are essential to delivering clean energy at an affordable price to consumers. But if we're going to really max out on our potential, we've got to collaborate better. And conferences like this, meetings like this, are an essential part of driving up that collaboration. And so I really am very grateful to EcoConnect for arranging this event, and of course offer my congratulations to Viridor Highview on their winning project. We're determined as a government to learn as much as we can, be as helpful as we can, be a genuine partner for you in these growth stories, and be a reliable driver of growth for hopefully years to come. Enjoy a successful day and good luck with all your ventures. Thank you.